Hi, hello, it's your host, Isaiah. I'm back. All right, it's another short. I'm going to give this another go. Figured why not. Let's see. I wanted to start here. Some poppy little news in the music sphere, contra sphere. Jason Aldean. And I didn't have this on my bingo card for the year talking about this guy. I really don't know too much about him, but man, I listened to his one of his little bangers. Try that in a small town. So I wanted to kind of maybe do a little bit of not really a reaction, just kind of riff on this a little bit. But from NPR, Jason Aldean's Small Town is part of a long legacy with a very dark side. Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town, which ignited controversy this week over claims that the song and its new video promote white supremacy and violence, is far from the first country song to attack cities using racist dog whistles. Throughout this article, they go through kind of other permutations of this, from like Hank Williams, A Country Boy Can Survive. Let's see. But just for example here, they do go through what I think Hank Williams says. You only get mugged if you go downtown, while warning, I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive. A country boy can survive. Whatever, yada, yada, yada. I wish I had a lyric from Aldean's shit pulled up at the ready. But man, it is so awkward. He also, in the video, juxtaposes like these visuals of like people in protests breaking shit, yelling at cops, and he's crying about that shit, saying essentially that this wouldn't happen in a small little rural town, and if you try to do that, then what, you're gonna kill people? Like there's an inference here that's very dark. There's a dark implication, if you will. The song addresses those who might carjack an old lady at a red light, or pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. And footage in the video makes clear references to Black Lives Matter demonstrations. So it's weird that you're trying to portray this video as more or less what it is, and then try to defend yourself saying like, no, that's not what I'm doing here. I do want to reference another article that I will cite in a second, but it has his quote. In the past 24 hours, I've been accused of releasing a pro-lynching song, a song that has been out since May, which, okay, thank you for letting people know that it flopped until people finally, like, realized, like, wait, what the fuck is this motherfucker saying? And it actually, like, sparked fire, and now, of course, you have a video to fit for it. How perfect. Also, he shot this in Canada, and, like, some of the references were, like, literally a person was lynched here. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, it's good vibes, good vibes. And actually, Canada came out to say, look, we hope the next person who comes here, the next artist, actually has, like, more peaceful intentions. So they wanted nothing to do with this. Like, essentially, they was like, yeah, you can shoot a video here, you're paying for it, whatever. And they're like, ew, this is gross. But let's continue this quote. And was subject to a comparison that I, direct quote, was not too pleased with the nationwide BLM protests. Jason wrote in his statement, these references are not only meritless, but dangerous. There is not a single lyric in that song that references race or points to it, and there isn't a single video clip that isn't in real news footage. And while I can try and respect that others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far. So essentially he's saying like, oh, they're coming for me. Like, the woke left is coming for me. And country music, we have to defend me. But it's like, dude, like what else are you trying to say with the song? Like, you really can't point to anything else. Like, you're just trying to be a good old boy with this. Like, no, you're trying to be a good old racist with this. Like, there's just nothing else I feel like you can pull from it. Also, he tries to like juxtapose it at the end of the video by like showing these like nice white families like playing in the backyard, and like, I don't know, like, I guess maybe some veteran in a wheelchair or something, and like he literally breaks away to talk in the video. I'm like, this is a weird interlude. Like this is not a fire video, by the way. Like, this is not kinetic. It does not feel good. And it's him in a leather jacket, denim pants, and a bike chain. Like, cool, I guess your country hat makes you your cowboy hat makes you country. I don't know. This just had no juice, no riz. Didn't like it at all. Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato. Fuck you, Jason. Sorry. Also, I have to cite my sources here. From Billboard, Margot Price calls out Jason Aldean for 2015 blackface photo. Blackface photo. What is it with Jasons? What is it with motherfucking Jasons and doing blackface? They're so drawn to it. Like Trudeau, what's up with that? Aldean, what's going on? Now for Aldean, apparently this is initially from The Guardian, 2015. He was trying to do an authentic Lil Wayne costume. So he had the dreadlocks, had the black skin, had to have the black skin. It's so key. How else could we know that you're Lil Wayne? I mean, of course, you could literally just like wear a backwards hat, you know, unbutton your shirt, wear some baggy pants, DC shoes. You could actually just do it and just be white and everyone would know you're Lil Wayne. No. We just stick to the bit. That's what a good Jason does, okay? That's just authentic, real, 100% country, baby. I don't know. I'm done with this. I'm going long. These shorts are not short. Okay. I got one more thing. From NBC News. How TikTok creators are making money off a particular new genre of live streaming. Creators like Pinkydoll are gaining popularity and earning gifts from viewers for acting like non-player video game characters, or NPCs. So this is something that's been kind of catching fire over the past like week and a half, I feel. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to talk about it. But a lot of it has been around Pinkydoll. She has about 553,000 TikTok followers, including the rapper Timberland, who's like shouted her out and like said like, hey, I support you. You're doing cool shit, whatever. But gosh, I wish I could link it, but I'm too scared and way too lazy to do edits and stuff like that. But you'll get to hear me say at least one of her taglines. Ooh, ice cream so good. She also says gang gang and something about Cowboys. Let's say that. But essentially, she says all these things to reactions, and you know she's reacting to gifts that you give her on TikTok. You can like send her a rose or I don't know. There's several items or whatever you can send. I really do not get that deep into TikTok. I have watched her for a little bit though, and it's this kind of thing where you kind of like can kind of just get zoned out watching. And I think there's also other aspects to it that kind of make people interested because they give her the gifts and she keeps going. She keeps doing it. It's just a chain of reactions. She will also have like a what is it? The thing you use for your hair, like a straightener, curler, and she will pop popcorn on it. And like essentially she'll only stop doing that or like deviate from that in any kind of way unless you're giving her a reaction. And she's not the first person to do this kind of thing, but she's blown up in a big way. She's now making, I believe, upwards of even like $7,000 a day. So she's raking in some money. And granted, that's a lot to say, like, oh, well, she's getting so many reactions, but for every reaction, maybe it takes about like, I think about 600 or so gifts to get about $3. So the fact that she's raking in $7,000 from this is pretty good. Now, granted, it's not covered too much in the article, but it's also alleged that maybe there's some like other untoward shit that maybe it was also kind of tied to this NPC TikTok streaming, especially with like Pinkydoll. I think it was like alleged, and I reference what is it? Nick is not green. It's one of his channels. I think green is not Nick, but essentially he does a way deeper dive than I do, and you know he cites like other TikTokers who've come up and said, look, like this person has a not safe for work, other platforms that are tied to this live stream that you could go to. And in some of them, she's saying in her bio that she's like a 15-year-old. And it's like, whoa. Once we hit that, that's a whole other rabbit hole that like isn't talked about in this article. But like, obviously, if you go down here, this is the kind of ick you're going to find potentially. Now, if you go to it now, I'm pretty sure, some of these links are not there anymore. If you go to her Twitter, that's not in her bio or anything like that. But still, if that's her, that's like, 100%, then that's icky. That's no good. Ice cream no good. But at the same time, I mean, just carting that off, talking about the idea of like, oh, this NPC thing, it's weird, it's odd, and maybe even cringe. Some are saying dystopian, but like the idea of it, hey, if it's making you some money, I fucking get it. For me, I think what kind of drew me to it, it kind of reminded me like when I used to chill in the basement with my friends. And they would play like Guitar Hero, and I was never good at Guitar Hero. I barely could fucking sing, and it's like, dude, that's fucking karaoke. How do you fuck that up? But like, I definitely wasn't jamming on the guitar. Okay, I could never go acoustically. You feel me? But I'd like kind of watching my friends kind of go hard, and it's like, dude, you're kind of killing it. This kind of a vibe. I'm kind of like, yeah, there is maybe something in the way. All right, and in this own kind of bizarre, different version format, it felt like that because essentially in every one of these NPCs, despite whatever you have to say or you're doing this thing. And I've even seen people get fired from Home Depot trying to be NPC TikTok streamers. So I don't know. This is a new wave. It was fun, and I figured I'd just chat about it a little bit. God damn it. I made it past 10 minutes. Sorry about it. But that's all I got. Thank you so much. Love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.